Okay, so hello everyone, my name is Brittany Filian, and today I'm going to present you my poster about an older adult in prison. I'm going to start. Um, his name is Otis Johnson. He is now 71 years old, and he lives in United States, New York. He lives in an apartment. His family were composed by his father, mother, two sisters, and one brother. His education was the third level education. He has a degree in the university. Now he don't work, and he is Muslim also. And his favorite hobbies are kung fu, tai chi. Okay, so what happened? What's the context of his life and what happened to him? Well, he was arrested in 1970 because he was accused of murder at police. He said he was innocent. It was a completely error until the day he was released from jail. He said that. He was sentenced for 40 years in prison. He entered when he was 25 years old, and he left when he was 65 years old. And how it all starts, how it all begins. So it all begins with a call of an anonymous person, which accused a man in a black jacket for having been selling drugs and that murdered a policeman. So the police officers in that time intercept the place and things like that, and intercept Otis that was in I don't know in that day in the wrong place with the same jacket that was described by the anonymous person. The police officer arrests Otis because he has the described jacket. Um, Although they never had any proof that he was the one who killed that man, and despite this, they sentenced him for 4 years in prison. Otis came out that morning. They came out with the training clothes and with the jacket, so it was a kind of a different clothes for this training tai chi. It's curious this cloth, and that's why the police officer seeing it unusual and things like that, and also because they want to capture someone to take charge of the life of the policeman that was killed. Um, they arrest him and also gave him no option to appeal the case. Otis comments that he met years later when he was in prison, that he met the man who had killed the policeman, this policeman that for the one he was being accused, but he never accused him, and it was kind of interesting, but he in the interview never say why. His lawyer told him to say that he is guilty, so that the years will be lessened. But he commented that he was not going to accept never something that he hadn't committed, and things like that. So that's the what happened to Otis Johnson. Now I'm going to talk to you about the psychological health, cognitive health, and emotional health of him. So I'm going to start with the physiological health. Well, Otis Johnson has a high cholesterol because he told, well, in jail, he used to consume a great amount of junk food because that's why he could get in prison, like, I don't know, some candies or popcorn and uh, these kind of things. No, nothing, no more, like things like that. And also he has arthritis because it's difficult for him to get upstairs, to run or things like that. He cannot practice tai chi and kung fu the same way he practiced when he was younger, but he is still practicing these sports because he love to do it. And um, and that's some physiological characteristics that he um, that for his health. And well, another cognitive and very interesting thing that he comments and he says is that he has the prison behavior, that it's a syndrome uh, that prisoners have when they some prisoners have when they go out in jail. So it represents a loss of self-esteem for prisoners. In addition, they may suffer from anxiety, depression, and constant fear, and they feel lonely, out of place, and have the idea of rebuilding their lives distress them. Like they think they can rebuild her life, their life. So, for example, Otis comments that a behavior, for example, is that when he goes and takes a shower, he wash his clothes when he is taking a shower because it was a behavior that he learned in prison, and now he is still doing those things. For example, another thing he comments is, for example, the food. Like he don't cook any rice or meat, things like that. No, he just junk food, fast food, and things like that because he is accustomed to do that. Also the clothes, for example, he buying clothes and things like that. He doesn't matter. He doesn't matter if he has just one pair of shoes and he doesn't matter it, and things like that. For example, and that are part from the prison behavior he have gained in jail and things like that. For example, it was a very interesting thing to talk about. And in the emotional part, well, he has anxiety of the things or of people, about people. He can he's very anxious when he, for example, interact with another person, or things like that. Another thing is that he has depression. He told, we can see here, his family. He told when he go out jail, all his family were dead, all his family. So it was very hard for him to accept that they were not more in here. So it's something that gave him depression and also loneliness and insomnia. He told he had like bad dreams and things like that. But unless all these kind of things he comments that he feel that his life is not over, that he wants to rebuild his life. Day after day, he's trying to do this, and he said in the interview that he can not completely, but he want to rebuild his life, and that he said that he has some activities to do. He pray because he's Muslim. He pray. He also do his hobbies, tai chi, things like that. And he takes, for example, here he is in Times Square Garden. He likes to be here, seeing people, things like that. Because he also told that it was just a new world, and a completely new world when he go out came out from jail, because it have passed 4 years, so it was a very new world that it's very curious, and he want to update in what happened in all these years. So that's the life of that was the life that is the life of Otis Johnson. If you have a you can you can search him. So if you want to have more information about it, about his history, also there is a documentary on YouTube if you want to see it. um, if you have also any question or things like that, you could write me, um, or things like that. I'll be happy to answer any of your doubts or your questions. um, and and that's all. Thanks for watching, and and that's all. Thank you.